The Brooklyn Nets have 4 picks in this month's NBA draft, and this is going to be a huge opportunity for the franchise to add some pieces that complement their stars in James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. With those pieces, Nets fans are hoping they can advance even farther into the playoffs and compete for championships for years to come. In today's video, I'm breaking down all the picks that the Nets have, and I'm giving you the names of the players that they should draft. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. My name is Troy. I make NBA videos like this all the time about anything and everything NBA. If that's your thing, do me a favor, drop a like on this video and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I'm going to tell you how the Brooklyn Nets can add some really exciting pieces to their team for next season. And it's going to be a busy summer in Brooklyn as far as helping to reshape some of the members of this team around the big stars that the Nets have. KD, Kyrie, and Harden, of course, aren't going anywhere, but the rest of the roster is very fluid. Players like Spencer Dinwiddie, Jeff Green, Blake Griffin, Bruce Brown, Tyler Johnson, just a few of the team's many free agents. Add to that, the team is already staring down the luxury tax thanks to the massive salaries of its 3 stars. But with this being a deep draft that is chock full of talent, Brooklyn should be able to add at least a couple of players who can contribute right away. Not only that, but these players will be on team-friendly contracts. The Nets have their own first-round pick at number 27, along with 3 second-round picks at 44, 49, and 59. In terms of what the Nets will be seeking in potential players, I would look for guys who can shoot, who can protect the rim, and play some solid defense. All of those are needs for this team. So who do I think the Nets should target? Well, at pick 27, I'm a big fan of Namish Kayda. He's a center with Utah State who just finished his 3rd year there. Kayda arrived at Utah State as a raw freshman from Portugal, and this dude from Portugal is the man. Some say centers like Kayda are a dying breed, but I feel it still with this guy. He has added bits and pieces to his game since arriving in college. His skill level going forward from here, I think, can improve even more. The Nets do need some size, and Kayda can bring that. Just think when you're battling centers like Joel Embiid in the playoffs, throwing Kayda at guys like that are something really good to have for your team. It makes a lot of sense. And at 7 feet, I think Kayda can offer lots of value and some pretty good upside. Offensively, he added something to his game every year in college, and by the end of his college career, he was a legitimately good passer who also had a variety of one-on-one moves to score on the block. Check this out. Kayda averaged 30 points and 6 assists per 100 possessions this past season. Not only that, he showed a real ability to close down space and block shots from behind at the basket. I'm hearing about centers like Kai Jones and Isaiah Jackson getting lots of buzz in the draft, but those guys are too raw to contribute to a team for at least a couple of years. Kayda can be in the rotation right away. Plus, you have guys like Durant and Harden who have experience playing with big traditional centers. I think he would fit in seamlessly with Brooklyn. At pick number 44, how about Nashon Highland? His nickname is Bones. I guess he's a really big fan of Emily Deschanel. I'm not really sure, but Bones Highland is a first-round talent, so if the Nets are able to get him with a pick in the 40s, they should definitely pick him up. The Nets adding him to their backcourt depth would be a win-win situation. This move is especially good if they plan on re-signing Spencer Dinwiddie, which I think they should also do. I like Bones and Dinwiddie together in the backcourt since Dinwiddie can be more of a playmaker and then Bones can be the guy who gets the buckets because this guy can score in a big way. He won over a lot of people during his scoring outbursts in the first game of the draft combine last month. But this was not a one-day fluke. His statistics all season at VCU back up his case as a guy who can provide instant offense off the bench. Bones isn't just a low percentage chucker either. He shot over 37% on threes, almost 90% from the line, and over 50% from inside the arc. The three-point mark came on a pretty insane volume too, over 14 shots per 100 possessions. You draft Bones as a guy who can score, and with playmakers that the Nets already have, I think this is a good fit. For the next second-round pick, I'm going international with Filip Petruchev. He's another big man who was a stash option for the Nets, and I think with a little more seasoning, he'll be able to head over to the NBA in a year or two. You might remember that name. He played for Gonzaga, and he was a good center for them before heading overseas to play for KK Megalex in Europe. At Gonzaga, Petruchev was totally an inside player, but since he's been playing overseas, he has flashed a three-point stroke that saw him make almost half of his 93 three-point attempts. And at shooting over 70% from the line, I really think there's something there for Petruchev as a shooter, because every team needs a big man who can stretch the floor. So definitely a good pick in the late 40s. The Nets could decide to leave him over in Serbia for a couple more years, let him continue to work on his game, work on his defense, and work on developing an NBA body. Then at pick 59, the second to last pick of the draft, I'm going with Vrins Bleidenberg, who is a forward from Belgium. Bleidenberg offers a glimmer of hope as kind of a poor man's Alexei Pokusevski, who was drafted in the teens in the last draft and currently plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Bleidenberg is 6'11". He can shoot, he can pass, he can handle the ball, which does generate some of the Poku comps. Like Petruchev, the Nets can leave Bleidenberg overseas to develop for several more years and then check back in to see if he is a player or not. That's what I think, but let me know in the comments what you think the Nets should do in the NBA draft and what you think of these picks. Make sure you like the video, and if it is your first time here, make sure you are subscribed so you never miss my NBA content. Check out the boxes on the screen for more NBA videos. Help support the channel, and I'll catch you next time on the Half Court Report.